Well, good morning from the cottage farmstead. I'm Rebecca. My husband Nathan is busy with market prep today, so it's just me here at the house. And while I'll be working on the inside most of the day, I wanted to give you a look at the outside of the house. As while we've been busy in there putting up sheetrock and putting all the mud on the walls, there's been another crew that's been coming the last few weeks and putting siding on the outside of the house, and it is gorgeous. So being owner builders, you have the option of like contracting out a lot of your work or doing a lot of the work yourself. You get to pick. And so we made some trade-offs, mostly based on budget recently, of what we were going to spend our time and energy on and what we were going to pay somebody else to do. We had a little bit of drywall experience, especially Nathan. He's done, walls and things like that before. I've done patching of walls. So we felt pretty confident that we could handle screwing up drywall and mudding the seams ourselves. One thing that we were not comfortable with either of us doing was getting, 2.5 stories up in the air and learning how to do siding, because neither of us have done siding before. So that was something that we were willing to pay somebody else to do, and they can do it faster, they can do it better. We also just don't want to have the worry about oh no, we installed the siding properly and then now it's leaking and then we have problems with the wood underneath. We want to just leave that to somebody who knew what they were doing. And then on the inside, we can spend our time putting up the drywall, learning the finesse of mudding, and taking our time in there and letting somebody else take care of the exterior. So a little bit about the siding that we did go with. We did decide to go with vinyl siding. We originally had looked at, maybe hardy board or something like that, but we just wanted the low maintenance that vinyl provides. And we chose to go with a white color because I wanted something that was timeless. I wanted to be able to change the color of my shutters and my front door whenever I felt like it in the future and not have to worry about is this color gonna complement it or not. I wanted just something that was neutral. That was a problem we had at our old house, is we had this off-white cream color that was really hard to find a nice color that matched it. That was in a color palette that I liked. So we decided to go solid white here. It also has the added benefit of being white. It reflects a lot of the light and the heat. So since we're in full southern exposure here, this will help decrease our air conditioning costs in the summer just because it bounces the light off of it. Another thing to note about our siding is we didn't go with the Dutch flap that you see on most houses these days. We went with what's called Clapboard, because we wanted our house to look old. That's one of the details that you have to kind of pay attention to, is even something as simple as the lines on the outside of the house can make your house look older or more modern made. And so we went with a pretty average size clapboard. So we paid attention to a lot of older homes that we drove past when we were driving around in the countryside, and we saw, depending on what era, you'd see really wide ones. But most often on the old farmhouses, you'd see this, 4 or 5 inch wide clapboard on them, and so that's what we selected for it. And we selected one that had a wood grain already built into it so that it looked older, especially from a distance. So let's go take a look at the front of the house. And looky there it is. It is finally complete. The siding crew worked until dark last night getting the last pieces of flashing on, and it is beautiful. As far as the exterior goes, we are looking at getting the porch stained, and we have some gutters that are gonna get installed in 4 weeks or so. And eventually we will add some shutters, possibly the same color as the front door or maybe in a wood color, but we haven't decided on that yet. But for now, the exterior is fully clad, it's weatherproof, no leaks, so we are very happy, and it is beautiful to look at as well. So another thing we did is we asked the siding crew if they would allow us to keep some of the scraps that they were leaving behind in their trash pile. And they were more than willing to do that because they have to tote the trash off the property after they're finished with the project, so they were happy for us to take some of the scraps. As you can see, there's 2-3 foot sections of it, some J-channel or some random bits of flashing left behind. And so we're keeping these bits because we are planning on building a chicken coop, and this is perfect cladding, all the scraps over here. And then also they had leftover fanfold insulation that we are pretty sure we'll use somewhere. Even if it's not in the chicken coop, we'll use it somewhere, maybe insulating our well house or the pump over here so that it doesn't freeze in the winter, but a little extra insulation will not hurt to have on hand. So just a quick update video on what's going on the outside while we continue to put more and more mud on the walls on the inside and prep for painting in a week or so. We hope it gave you a little bit of inspiration on ways to make a modern house look older from the outside while still using and having some of the modern conveniences like vinyl siding. We'll catch you next time.